Hi, I'm Mike Tenney, host of Pop Culture Catechism, and this is Awaken the Word, a reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Just then, a lawyer stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he said, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus said to him, "What is written in the law? What do you read there?" He answered, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself." And he said to him, "You have given the right answer. Do this, and you will live." But wanting to justify himself, he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" Jesus replied, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell into the hands of robbers, who stripped him, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. Now by chance, a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So likewise, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, while traveling, came near him, and when he saw him, he was moved with pity. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, having poured oil and wine on them. Then he put him on his own animal, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper, and said, 'Take care of him, and when I come back, I will repay you whatever more you spend.' Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers?" He said, "The one who showed him mercy." And Jesus said to him, "Go and do likewise." So today's passage is the parable of the Good Samaritans, one we've probably heard a million times and heard a million homilies on, but it's easy to forget the punch of it, because when Jesus was preaching this, it was a revolutionary idea. Who's the person that helps the person in need? It's not the priest. It's not the Levite, which was a different type of priest. It was the Samaritan. And Samaritans were seen as like outcasts, as betrayal, as those who had betrayed God's plan and had rejected their heritage as God's people. And so when we hear that there was a good Samaritan, we should be thinking of who in our lives are doing good things that we wouldn't normally think of as like the church person, the Catholic person. You know, a person is beat up on the street and the priest walks by. You know, the lady that runs all the Sunday school classes walks by. But then somebody you would never expect to see in church and you would consider even anti-church goes walking by. Maybe somebody who's an atheist or somebody of another religion who lives a radically different way than the church calls us to live. Maybe somebody who's pro-choice or transgender or homosexual. Somebody who you would not associate with being quote unquote the good person. Jesus is calling us to look at people in a different way and say, "Hey, church person, you might have some work to do, and we might actually be able to learn some love from the people around us, even if they don't fit what we normally think looks like holiness." I have been Mike Tenney, and this has been Awaken the Word.
Awaken the Word is made in partnership by Spoke Street Media and Awaken Catholic.